Today's hearing will consider legislative proposals to improve the Nuclear Regulatory Commission's licensing process, among other reforms which will help maintain momentum for U.S. nuclear development. A robust and growing American nuclear industry is vital for our economy, energy, and national security. We need firm, reliable energy and a lot more of it. We also need a robust nuclear sector for our national security. We must increase nuclear commerce with our allies and provide a more cost-effective industrial base. This committee has already taken significant steps that will optimize the regulatory system and related policies to assist nuclear deployment and the economic and security benefits for the nation. Our bipartisan work over the last 2 years led to the ADVANCE Act. This law directed the NRC to align its mission for enabling benefits of nuclear technology and to focus on energy, reducing costs, and increasing predictability in the permitting process. Our work also laid the foundation for a revitalized domestic nuclear fuel sector. The Nuclear Fuel Security Act, which many of us on this dais helped develop and sponsor, provided federal support and market incentives to grow our nuclear fuel industry and eliminate Russia's strategic chokehold over global fuel supplies. As these important laws have been implemented, it has become clear that additional updates may be helpful to achieve these goals. The bills under consideration this morning provide additional practical reforms so the permitting process can be more efficient, while safety is protected and transparency for the public is assured. We will consider the bipartisan H.R. 5549, the Efficient Nuclear Licensing Hearing Act, sponsored by my colleagues from Virginia's 9th, Washington's 8th, and Texas' 33rd congressional districts. This would save time and resources by eliminating an outdated requirement that NRC hold a final public hearing on a license, even if no one requests that hearing. H.R. 3978, the Nuclear Refuel Act, which I led with my colleague from California's 50th district, would clarify certain recycling facilities may be licensed under the same regulatory framework as other fuel cycle facilities. Recently, several of us visited a fuel recycling facility in northern France to have a better sense of the potential for this technology in the United States. This legislation will result in efficient permitting changes to extract additional energy out of used fuel. H.R. 9084, the Department of Energy and Nuclear Transparency Act, introduced last week by the Ranking Member of the Energy Subcommittee, will require DOE to announce and post licensing decisions for facilities it permits, similar to what NRC already does. We will also review several discussion drafts that should attract bipartisan support. We will consider the Nuclear Advisory Committee Reform Act, which directs this important advisory committee to focus on issues that are new and safety significant to reduce unnecessary time on routine licensing by the NRC. This is in keeping with the bipartisan goals of the ADVANCE Act to be risk-informed and efficient when reviewing licenses. The American Enrichment Development Act brings the licensing process for enrichment facilities in line with the permitting process for other fuel cycle facilities. It is a critical step to assure efficiency of the licensing as we work to build out critical fuel supply infrastructure. Finally, the NRC Staff Pay Alignment Act would update the Atomic Energy Act to align the pay authority applicable to certain career SES employees with the pay authorities Congress provided in the ADVANCE Act. Maintaining experienced and competent leadership at the NRC is essential for assuring it carries out its mission. Our witnesses this morning, all of whom have provided their expert views to the committee in the past, will provide helpful perspective to these legislative proposals. We welcome back Maria Korsnick, a former Chief Nuclear Officer and Plant Operator who heads the Nuclear Energy Institute, Jeff Merrifield, a former NRC Commissioner who is speaking on behalf of the U.S. Nuclear Infrastructure Council. Also, Katie Huff, a professor at the University of Illinois who was an Assistant Secretary of Nuclear Energy at DOE in the last administration, and Jeremy Harrell, who heads the Clear Path Action, a leading energy policy advocacy organization that has helped inform bipartisan reforms. I look forward to today's testimony, and with that, I yield back and recognize the gentlelady from Florida, the ranking member of the subcommittee, for 5 minutes for an opening statement.